Good morning. Today is Wednesday, October 11th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The White House says the U.S. will ramp up its military aid to Israel in coming days. NPR's Deepa Shivaram reports.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says the U.S. is sending more military aid to Israel, including U.S. planes. The U.S. already provides billions of dollars in military aid to Israel every year, but Sullivan says U.S. forces will not be on the ground in Israel.
What we are focused on when we talk about sending experts, it is people who can work on intelligence, who can work on overall planning, who can work on coordination with the Israeli government. We are not currently sending forces to Israel.
Sullivan also says there are ongoing conversations with Israel and Egypt on how Palestinian citizens in Gaza could leave the area, which Israel has blockaded for 16 years. Israeli strikes in Gaza and a siege have cut off food, water, and power in the region. Deepa Shivaram, NPR News, the White House.
Officials in the U.S. say there are no credible threats against synagogues or Jewish organizations in this country. NPR's Brian Mann reports New York City Mayor Eric Adams is urging congregations to be vigilant.
The FBI, New York State Police, and the NYPD all say they're monitoring social media and other sources. So far, there are not active threats against Jewish communities or congregations inside the U.S. But speaking at a press event, Mayor Adams urged Jewish leaders to be cautious.
Number one, they should designate a security team or personnel within the synagogues to do perimeter search and views, observations. See something, say something, do something.
Adams said he's concerned about possible lone wolf-style attacks. He made no mention of concerns about attacks on mosques, but thanked the city's Muslim leaders, who he said have offered support for New York City's large Jewish community. Brian Mann, NPR News, New York.
Meanwhile, President Biden will meet Jewish leaders today at the White House to discuss support for Israel and his work to stop anti-Semitism. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the war between Israel and Hamas may pose additional economic concerns. Yellen says she expects that U.S. inflation can be contained without prompting a recession. She pointed to the job market.
I still see as the base case for the United States a so-called soft landing. Our labor market is obviously very resilient, continues to perform very well.
In its most recent report, the Labor Department said the U.S. economy added a robust 336,000 jobs last month. House Republicans are supposed to hold a leadership election today and select the next Speaker of the House. The two candidates are House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan. Republicans hope to settle this leadership question behind closed doors before taking the issue to the full House floor for a vote. You're listening to NPR News from Washington.